And then we'll do the last hour on Twitch or something like that. All right, cool. We seem to be good. We seem to be live on YouTube. Go ahead and bring them on in.
Well, I need either host or co-host back. Here we go. Admit all. Welcome in, everybody. It is Tuesday. This means this is your Crate Hackathon Tuesday. How's everyone doing? Let's see you all in the chat. Let us know where you are tuning in from. Virginia Beach, of course. Am I moving there? Did we decide if I'm moving there or not yet?
Yeah, come on down.
Right? There's Hawthorne. Hey, California. The Pacific Northwest. Good to have you here. There's Morris from Virginia, Cape Coral. What's up, Angel? Good to see you with us. The Angel's DJ in the house. We got more people coming in. Back alley in Lebanon, says Todd Sickmiller. Good to see you, Todd. And we got Cynthia. Cynthia coming in from Memphis. Good to have you with us.
That's not Cynthia. That's Cynthia's iPad. It has become
You know,
sentient.
well, I mean, it's still Cynthia. I addressed it as Cynthia.
Oh, okay.
You're being specific. It's like that's Cynthia radio edit. It's not the original version.
Right.
You can tell from the lower quality. No, we're not saying that at all. So please take no offense to that. There's Brian from Iowa, Edwin from Charleston. Not a beach, Western Pennsylvania, says Matt. Good to have you. Hey, there's the infamous iPhone. iPhone is coming into the chat. Welcome in, iPhone. Hey, this is not a question intended for tonight's subject, but since you are early with us, I do have a warm-up question. So I'm going to just pose this warm-up question. You know, some of you guys know I have recently become a personal trainer. So let's just do a warm-up exercise before tonight's main subject. Tonight's warm-up exercise. Cougar Crate. What would you play for a cougar party? What would you put in a Cougar Crate? Give us your ideas.
Wait. How does personal training connect with
because
cougars?
Number one, half of my clients happen to be cougars.
Okay.
Number two, it's still to get you in that flow of ideas that you're cramming now. What song would I play for this event?
Oh, wow.
So
well, I'm changing our topic then. We're not going to do
No, I'm not. No, it's a warm-up. It's a warm-up to the main dish.
That's it.
It's a warm-up to the main dish. So, you know, it's merely an appetizer as so cougar view.
I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get some.
They may want the 10-foot pole. I mean,
freak like me, Adina Howard.
Okay, there you go. Matt says mbop. I'm not sure. There's meanings behind those lyrics on mbop, so I don't know. Baby got back, says iPhone. Caught out there, Whitney anything, says DJ Rue. Louis, excuse my mispronunciation, just in case, would play It's Raining Men. Nelly's Tiger. Material Girl is there from another iPhone. Tone Loke's Wild Thing, says Zell. What's up, Zell? Good to see you with us.
Pony's a good one. Shout out to Todd.
Yeah, Pony.
Hey, it's tricky. Hey, that's a good choice. It's tricky. From Edward Wainwright. Welcome in. Good to see you again with us.
Oh, man, that Sunshine Anderson song, that's a good one. I forgot about that record.
Dang, that one.
It's a great song.
Right.
Shout out to DJ Eddie for that one. Yeah. I'm going to have to pull that one up.
I feel like you could get away with some Kesha and a Cougar Crate now because, I mean, if Cougar is defined as 35 years and older, that means that we got We have 35-year-olds who were in their 20s and what 2010, so we could throw Kesha on there, right? Get some
Is
glitter on the dance
35
floor.
the cutoff?
Isn't that right? Do I have
Is
my
it?
cougar ages off? Glenn, what age?
What are you asking me for?
Is he the authority?
I don't even think it's an age thing anymore. I think you just look at something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you gave away his next product, man. Cougar Hacker? Is that the
Cougar hackers.
the next dating app released? Going to be launched in Valentine's Day? even iPhones have.
I love how he
35 is a
goes for the
cougar.
old guy. That's the. Hey,
Well,
Glenn.
you said
What the
all your
cougar?
events are cougars.
I
so
do.
I'm
I do.
what's
Most of
the
my events
age?
are cougars. Most of my events are cougars. I'll take it.
They do tip well.
They're a good time. They're fun.
Yeah. See, exactly. See, you confirmed it for me. Validation received. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Good
there you
choice
go.
there, Angel.
It's a
That's
good one.
perfect. That's perfect. According to Alexa,
Promiscuous
the
girl.
average
According
age
to
of a
Alexa,
cougar is
40 to
50. Yeah,
40 to 50.
okay, that's
All right.
accurate. I think, or maybe 41.
Yeah,
even.
cougar.
Yeah. I think that's closer to accurate.
Where does that put him at? So if we're looking at what 2005-ish would be 20 years.
Is that
So yeah,
that Gen Z?
Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne would
That Gen
probably
Z?
20 years is only 2005.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy to think
that's
about.
killing me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, now that you say that, I would say what's that record by 50 Cent? All I Need Is a Little Bit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of cougars asked me to play that song. Actually, now that I think of it, that one and Drop It Like It's Hot.
Pour some sugar on me. That's a good one.
Yeah, Bootylicious from Brian. Hey, sure.
Damn.
I don't know, Aaron. I think this is gonna be a pretty good crate. I think you better see
Salt
notes on this
shaker,
one.
yin yang twins. There we go.
It's an awkward way to set the stage, but I'm going to take it. I'll take
Hey,
it.
it's the month of love, you know. Cougars,
What's
we
up,
need
y'all?
that love too.
Hey, thanks for putting the team together at last minute, by the way. Give it up for radio for sending out the blast, getting everyone involved. I know it's a DJ Collective Recharge Week, but you decided to come chill with us, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Shout out to all the DJs who are just taking a Tuesday night off, kicking it with us. One's in the chat. Put a one. What up, Eddie D. Acosta? What up, Brian? Hey, DJ Rue. DJ Ragoza. See, yeah, we're bringing the whole family back tonight. DJ 10 is Mark with us tonight? Was he able to kick it?
He's just
Literally
jumped in.
just stepped in the room.
He's just jumped
Awesome.
in.
Oh, well, then
I'm
let's
about to
let's just
add
pin him to the screen.
I'm gonna do that in a sec.
This will be fun. Yeah, it's all about hip hop and R&B. It's been a minute since we really dove into the whole genre. In fact, I think it was October of last year that we did a real deep dive, and I want to get everyone's thoughts on the music. The Grammys just came and went, and I saw like Kendrick smashed again, and I thought, man, there's a lot of real good hits on that album alone. But I noticed Ragoza was. I'm gonna get your thoughts in a second about this whole Sexy Red and Bruno Mars. We'll talk about it. Reserve your thoughts. We'll talk about your real, true thoughts on that new. I'm afraid to even play it because we got kids. But we're just gonna hack. We're gonna find the best bangers tonight. And if y'all are in to win, put a one. Put a one. That's how we get warmed up. Put a one in the chat. I say thank y'all for being here. Hey, Sick Miller. Pretty nice weather we've been having in the South, right? We had like 70 here in Nashville yesterday. What was your temperature, DJs? What's the temperature out there right now?
76.
40 for DJ Rue, 72 out there in Raleigh, North Carolina for Randy, 17 for DJ Chem, 82. Where are you at, Angel? Oh, my heavens. 44. All right. All right. Across the globe, across America, we're doing a Crate hackathon. And to me, I feel this is really unique because we are global. We are primarily American based. And I really want to try and find songs that hit for wedding and club dance floors specifically. Think about this. Visualize this dance floor with me. I want you to bring the fire. I want you to bring new, but I also want you to bring classics with me tonight. There is a lot of trends that need to stay, that are on the way. And then there are 5 things that need to go away. Trends, 5 things that need to stay, and then things that need to go away. Before we build tonight's crate in a very unique way tonight, we're going to build some pretty epic, not just one crate, but a lot of big crates tonight. I really want to bring in DJ Ragoza, if you wouldn't mind bringing him on set with me, and then DJ 10. Last minute notice, we put together some notes before today's show, and we were talking about these trends to embrace in 2025, and top 5 roundtable thoughts. Number 1, things that need to stay: TikTok viral hits and up tempo remixes. From what we're doing here, what we're noticing in 2025, that social media drives dance floor bangers. Number 1. Viral tracks. I mean, we got to go back to last year before. Just Wanna Rock by Little Uzi Vert just had everyone going crazy, both on the reels, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on dance floors. Sped up remixes, Gen Z crowds, Ragoza, TikTok, viral hits. You're smashing TikTok right now, by the way. Shout out to you for grinding. What are you seeing in that trend? The DJ, and 10, feel free to chime in.
I mean, it depends where you're at as far as region. But what's been working good for me is like a lot of the like the Jersey Club remixes, like the 150 range. You know, like you said, you know, up tempo. But up tempo is getting more and more up tempo as time goes on. You know, because of course we still have the house stuff. You know, the 128, 130 range, which is always working well. But now we have other genres that are coming in, like the speed house we were talking about last time, and of course a lot of the Jersey remixes that are working good. So yeah, I mean, TikTok is bringing a lot of songs, making a lot of new songs popular, but then also bringing a lot of new songs back. So it's always, you know, I always take a glance at the TikTok chart. Now, Billboard actually has a TikTok chart now. I'm sure you're aware of it. So I always take a glance on it and see, you know, what songs are new, what songs are older. And not every TikTok song is going to work, but the ones that are going to work very well. So my recommendation is kind of like go through that list, you know, keep an eye on it and just use your judgment. And if you think something might work, but it needs a remix, then go find a remix. Or if there's not one, maybe come up with a mashup or something that you can put together on your own. But yeah, TikTok is not, you can't ignore it these days. It's kind of like the equivalent of what the radio used to be. It's kind of like how, you know, everybody's getting familiar with music through the same source, you know.
Jen, how would you have, what advice would you give the DJ with TikTok in 2025?
Similar to what Ragoza said, I would do, it's based on the region. I gotta stay within the region because here in the Midwest, TikTok trends don't go over so well. Like Chicago, they don't, you start playing TikTok songs, like the only thing that's real that you can get away with are the birthday joints, like for TikTok in the clubs in Chicago.
Okay.
But when you start playing like the other general TikTok joints, people frown on it. Now, the kids, if you're doing like a prom or a high school party or even a elementary school party, TikTok goes over all the way, right? That's all they want to hear. But I try to fuse classic 90s hip hop because they still know that because of their parents, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So,
yep.
But I noticed like in the clubs here, downtown Chicago, I've seen DJs get booed for trying TikTok joints. Like,
really? I can see that though. I can see that. Yeah.
They are ruthless. Like
yeah.
they don't want to hear. They don't want to do trends. which I'm glad. Like I'm so excited you are doing this tonight because I'm like, oh man, we get to talk about
Well,
it.
let's get juicy with it. Yeah, no, I'm serious because this is
Yeah.
we're talking about the things that need to stay and need to go away, and these are going to be controversial. But I want everybody's input. We got Ragoza and 10, the Dangerous DJs crew. Who, if you don't know, they're from what I heard, they're pretty dangerous. So be careful.
Proceed with caution.
Number 2 of the things that need to stay, and then I'm looking forward to like the things that need to go away. We'll do some trash talking at the back end. But number 2, female rappers and empowerment anthems. Artists like Ice Spice, Cardi B, Glorilla, high energy, bass heavy. Boy, I had a really good time listening to Nicki Minaj's album last year. Just she knew that bass, she knew that sound for the clubs. They're testing the songs out in the clubs before they. So, but females, we talked about this last time, Ragoza. If it wasn't for them, we would have lost 2024 were it not for them saving it.
For sure. The only thing I'll say is Ice Spice definitely fell off. I'm not playing no Ice Spice anymore because she made a joke of herself. You know, she was on a stream recently. They asked her to like do a freestyle, and all she did was turn around and twerk. And she did a lot of other crazy stuff too, and she kind of fell off. But besides that, I 100% agree. I love the female rappers right now. They are killing it. Glorilla's killing it. I'm enjoying Lotto. Doce just won rap album of the year over Kendrick. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But like legit, the females are making records that are so much fun, and this has been going on now for a couple of years. They're making records that are so much fun for the dance floors, even at weddings and nightclubs alike. Like a song that's kind of old now. Like just for an example, like "Body" by Megan, right? That came out a couple of years ago now, and it's already kind of feels like a dance floor classic. I'll play it anywhere, a wedding, a nightclub, bar, whatever. And it goes off, and now there's a bunch more songs that are coming out like that, and yeah,
Chicago is
the females are killing it.
Chicago's killing it as always. They got their own style. I mean, you could speak for it. Who is the female rapper out there that's representing Chicago?
Man, Glorilla, sexy.
Oh yeah, okay, she's from there.
Oh no, she's not from here, but like in terms of Chicago rappers, like a lot of people don't pay attention, but Tink is from Chicago.
She's dope.
Okay.
She gets a lot of respect in the industry, but to me, it's like she's like Rhapsody. Rhapsody is cold-blooded, but she's not getting that worldwide credit yet. Like Glorilla, like Lotto, like those girls. Like I agree with Ragoza, man. Women are like, I got more female music in my sets now than normal, and what it does is it allows me to dial back. With the Glorilla, the Sexy Red, and all of them, it allows me to dial back to like Little Kim, Foxy Brown, and bring them back. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a lot of that now, and I'm able to tie them in, and the ladies are going crazy. And we all know what happens in the club. If the ladies aren't partying, the fellas are gone. So the fellas love the ladies, and that's what it is. So
one more thing real quick. The thing that I love about all these female rappers as well is back in the day, some owners would be like, oh, keep it light on the hip hop and all that. We don't want things getting too aggressive. But now that there's all these hip hop bangers coming out with female vocals on it, it kind of makes it a little bit more digestible for a lot of these managers that used to be so ass tight about that kind of stuff. So now if I'm playing for a hip hop crowd and a manager comes up and says, hey, play something for the ladies, I can still keep it hip hop, but I'm playing all the ladies that are killing it. So it's really been helpful for me as a DJ. Like a lot of those songs are just useful tools. Helps it like translates to everybody.
If you're joining us for the first time, if this is your first time on a hackathon, put a 1 in the chat. How you feeling? You good? You good? Hey, what's up, Brian? What's up, Doug? Ass tight, been a minute. Yes, says Brian. Derek says 1. All right, cool. Thanks for hanging with us. Yeah, we're in the hip hop and R&B crate tonight. We will dive into the music shortly, but we're going through the top things that need to stay and go away. Number 3, 90s and 2000s, sample revivals and nostalgia. Now this needs to stay because sample tracks, Doja Cat, Paint the Town Red, instant crowd recognition, bridges generations. We just did a crate not too long ago that was nothing but samples. It's still here to stay. Will it ever go away? What are your thoughts?
I hope not. It's fun as a DJ. It's so much fun to go from an original sample to the main song, that the current song that's using it. But you have to execute it well if you're going to do that. You either have to choose the right edit, or if you're going to do it live, you just have to really get to the point, because you have to remember people's attention spans are very short. So when you're playing that original sample, you better be creative with how you present that, because that's something that can definitely clear the dance floor real quick if you don't execute it properly.
Wait, what'd you just say? I had a really short attention span. Rewind that, DJ. DJ 10, 90s, 2000s, revivals, nostalgia, any particular tracks that come to mind, or anything that,
Hey, brother. You name it. I got a whole plethora of music I play from. Like, most of my sets are 90s, 2000s.
Okay. What song are you excited? Like, when you have that pocket, when you know you're in that zone, what song are you just gonna like instinctively grab? Like, what was that? You just want to see their reaction when you push play.
Let me tell you my favorite transition. So we all know the song "The Wobble" by Vic, right?
Yes.
There's a part where he says after the bridge, where he say, "Hey, big girls, make it back it up, make it back it up." I loop that, then I go a cappella, and then as I just let it play for like 10 seconds, and everybody's dancing, and then all of a sudden I drop "Back That Ass Up," doom, 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 and they already know what's coming, and they feel the wordplay. And then when "Back That Ass Up" drops, it's like the floor goes crazy. I always do that.
I'm writing this down. Words.
Words.
Write it down.
Big wobble into "Back That Ass Up." That's like a go-to, like that, and blow the whistle. It never fails. When you drop it, it electrifies the room.
So fun. Let's breeze through these two things that need to stay, and then we'll start slamming the things that need to go away. Number 4, Afrobeats, Global Rhythms. I had fun playing that. I love that sound so much. I just got back from Costa Rica. I was literally in Costa Rica last week, and boy, I came back with some flavor and some feels and some sounds. And Rima's Calm Down was my jam of the year. I loved Rima. Is it Rima or Rema? Rima with Selena Gomez, Calm Down. Burna Boys. Yeah, they had a lot of staying power. Is that going to stay? Is it going to go away in 2025? Are we going to get more worldly? Ragoza.
I think so. I mean, I'll be honest, I like stuff with a little bit more high energy, but I can't deny that it is a hot trend right now. People do like it. Of course, it's one of those things, just like with the samples, you know what I mean? You have to know the time and place. If you don't have a crowd, that's going to be familiar with it, you can't stick with it for too long, because it might bring down the energy for people who don't know how to dance to it, But if you're in the right scenario, I also feel like there's going to be a lot more crossover records too, because that Rima record with Selena Gomez obviously was a huge crossover, and I think we're definitely going to see more of that. I think it's going to continue for a couple of years at least.
DJ 10, one of your favorite genres, least favorite? What do you think?
I love Afrobeats, bro. WizKid and Davido are my favorites.
Okay.
The fact that they're starting to infuse R&B artists into their songs, I think that's what's helping them gravitate to the States more. And like, for example, Chris Brown and Davido's Sensational, like with him winning the album of the year, like, dude, I think we're going to see more of it now, because it's like they're killing it over there. We're just not hearing it yet. Like, from my understanding, I got a friend that lives in Ghana, and we talk a lot. There's stuff over there that we haven't heard yet. Like, I didn't know that Essence was like 3 years ago in Ghana. We're late to the party. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know if you ever heard like New York music. Like, we're behind New York in terms of like the music that they drop in New York. Like, sometimes other cities won't catch on until like 2-3 years later. So we're behind, but I love it, man. And I think we're gonna see more of it, the infusion of R&B artists with the Afrobeat artists. And it's making hits, man. I mean, we can't get away from it.
I'm here for it. Oh man, I'm looking at the number 1 thing that needs to go away. This one's going to be maybe controversial. I don't know. Stick around for it. But last thing that needs to stay, I believe, and this is a good stepping point to talk about things that Ragoza loves to do, live mashups and tech-driven DJing. This is a guy I've grown with you. I've seen the technology you've worked with. It was turntables, it was needles, it was vinyl, but now you're not transitioning, you're adapting with new technology, not forgetting the old stuff, but things like AI powered stems, TikTok style mashups, DJ studio. Talk to me about your world, and I believe it needs to stay. You obviously, because I'm a crate hacker, but I want to get your thoughts, both of you, about live mashups and tech driven DJing.
Yeah, I just think that with there being so many DJs these days, you have to do something to help you stand out. And what better way to do that than with your own live mashups? And, you know, with all the advancements in technology now, there's endless possibilities that you can do. You can come up with combinations of things that are your own and are unique to you. So I feel like, you know, if you're just out there playing original versions or just simple intro outros, there's definitely an audience for that for sure. But if you want to like really stand out and be able to demand more money, and be, you know, just get better opportunities like travel or whatever it is that you want to do, doing live mashups and expressing yourself in a unique way, I think is the best way to do that. So I think
what you working with? What toys are you playing with now, Mark? Let's say go back last year or before. Is there any new technology you're working with, 10, that you never thought you'd be playing with?
Absolutely. So since we've been doing Dangerous DJs, I have like been studying the Ragosa technique of live mashup theory, some of the music, you know, between that he's, you know, put his mashups together. And what I try to do is I try to infuse a little bit of that when I get into, for example, anything in the 125, which is for Chicago is house music. I would try to infuse some of those type mashups within that house music. So I kind of bait them, I give them that newness, and then I get out of it to see how it catches. And it's been working for me on that level. So it's just a learning process trying to introduce the urban culture to the different style of mashups live. Because you don't do that in house music, right? But in Chicago, you don't. So when I do it, it'll make people turn their heads and be like, what the hell is he playing? But I make it where it fits within what I'm doing of the house music vibe, if that makes sense. So
It does.
125 vibe. So that's been tough for me though. I'm not gonna lie. It's been tough trying to learn, because I'm still learning how to make the edits and do stuff live right now anyway. But that's part of the Dangerous DJ life, right? So that's been tough.
But you're all tech driven DJing is here to stay. You think you're gonna
absolutely
embrace it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. Let me give you a peek at the crates before we get into the things that need to go away. We are in the middle of a hip hop and R&B crate hackathon. Who am I, by the way? My name is Aaron. I'm a crate hacker. I am a DJ through and through. Been at it for probably as long as most of you been a DJ. If you're old school like me, you loved radio, you loved programming, you loved, you know, making a cool mixtape on cassette back in the day. Shout out to anybody who still has cassettes. You've got these. You get the DNA all throughout tonight's crates. You know, the radio philosophy with the coolest tech tools. These are not live yet, but you can follow along with this on the charts by heading to the Crate Hackers app. Go to trending, and you're going to spot some of the songs we'll be talking about. We'll just briefly go through the hip hop currents as well as the R&B currents, and just have a real discussion on songs that we might add, and then give us a couple days, and we'll have some really fleshed out hip hop and R&B crates. Put a 1 in the chat if you're having fun. Put a 1 in the chat if you're having fun. Sweet. Okay. Top five trends to drop in 2025. Said this was going to be controversial. But then again, you decide. All trap everything. All trap everything. Slow, repetitive trap sets, to me, I'm seeing are fading. Melodic, high energy tracks are taking over. I remember we were stuck in this pocket of 74 BPM pre-pandemic, and now we're starting to get a little bit more upbeat. This would be a good time to talk about what Ragosa is noticing. Is more danceable tracks starting to pop up. We talked about the female songs like Body and more upbeat anthems in that regard, but you're like Sexy Red, Bruno Mars. You know, this is a dance anthem. You got to say, are we less trap, more dance, maybe.
Yeah, and then you also have tracks like, like Rock Your Hips, 310, you know what I mean, or even like Soak City, where, I wouldn't really consider it trap because it's just too up tempo, and it kind of reminds me of like, throughout the 2000s where we had like the twerk era, but it's a little bit more updated, you know what I mean, where we have stuff that's like in the 105 range. So it's fun, and I like how you said all trap everything, meaning that there's still going to be a little bit of trap. Obviously, I'm still going to be doing those 75 beat per minute, sets within my whole set throughout the night. But yeah, it's not going to be as prominent as before. And just like any trend in music, things are going to fade out. They might come back around later. But yeah, the trap wave has been going for a long, long time. So I feel like, those hi-hats and everything, people, it's not exciting anymore like it once was. You know what I mean? Especially when all the genres are doing it.
When he said whip it, I was like, I was excited for the first few times, but after whip it for the 75th time, I just,
right.
So many times, I don't want to be in the kitchen for that long is my point.
Yes, exactly.
I'll trap everything. Mark, you done a full trap set in?
That's all. So Chicago, that's pretty much all you get.
Okay.
Downtown.
Okay.
Downtown. So downtown clubs, even your premium clubs now that are making the money on the weekends, those sets are trap driven. So you're staying in the 60, 70, and 80 BPM range all night.
Still today, 2025.
Today.
You go to a club.
Today.
Really?
And the sad part about it is, Aaron, it's funny because you can't, like, when you try to introduce, like when Lil Uzi Vert came out with I Just Want to Rock, trash wasn't getting played in the clubs downtown with trap music. It wasn't getting played. It was too trendy. Lil Uzi Vert was too trendy for the trap crowd. So downtown Chicago right now, if you come on a Friday or a Saturday night, you're still hearing G Herbo, you're still hearing Finito, you're still hearing Lil Durk, you're still hearing those trap artists. Because they're stuck, right? You can introduce a newer artist, like Sexy Red and Glorilla are going to get played because they're going to consider them trap when you mix them in, right? Because ladies just want to twerk off of them. Mm-hmm. But those true like trap artists, and then don't even let me go deeper. You got artists that you can't even get on record pools.
True.
That they're going to play it and they're going hard in Chicago.
Right.
And when I go elsewhere, I can play the general trap music. I can get in and I can get out and move on. But
can you make a Cougar Crate with trap music? Is my you weren't here for that, right? Don't blame radio. Blame radio. That was all him.
A Cougar Crate? No.
No. Number two of the things that need to go away in 2025. Overplayed wedding staples. We don't really have to breeze through this too much, but I mean, songs like Cha Cha Slide, YMCA, duh. I mean, do not playlists. Couples want fresh, customized playlists. Do we all just raise our hand and agree? I mean, that's just no room for it. All right. Number three, ignoring new hits for classics. DJs who stick to old bangers risk losing younger crowds, obviously. But here's the thing. I mean, we go back and forth on this. You need to be new, but you also need to be classic. And if you had any advice for a DJ listening, how do you stay trendy while still staying relevant, but not irrelevant? How do you introduce new music? DJ Ragosa.
I think it's hard to introduce new music to a live crowd these days because the way that DJs used to introduce new music was on mix shows on the radio. Because if you're listening to the radio, you know what I mean? You're not on the dance floor. So if you hear a new song, it's not like you're going to, it's going to interrupt your flow or whatever. But on the dance floor, it's really hard to introduce new stuff. You kind of have to, once again, TikTok can kind of help you gauge sometimes. If you see like how much a song is trending, if it's trending a lot, then you play it, people are probably already going to know it. Like once again, the Bruno Mars and Sexy Red song that everybody was talking about it so much that following Saturday after it came out, literally just a day before, I was able to play it and people already knew it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I knew that was a okay record to play. But there's other songs that come out where even if I might like them, I guess what I would say is maybe, if anything, introduce it in the earlier hours if you're opening up for yourself. If you don't have the opening DJ, I don't even like having an opener anymore. I like rocking the whole night. So I'll introduce some of the newer stuff that I like early in the night when it's not as big of a deal, when people are just coming in. So that would be like the best way that I would try to do it. And then if you see the few people who are there responding to it, then maybe next week, try it a little bit later and then a little bit later. But that's how I would introduce new music these days.
Care to add to that, Ten?
Absolutely. And I agree 100% with Ragoza. Spot on. And what I also do is I look at that trend, and if I feel like it has a little steam to it, I wrap it around classics. So for example, like if you get a TikTok trend where they're dancing to them, I'll wrap around like Stanky Leg or one of those, I'll kind of go into that flavor, because the women are always gravitating to the old school stuff, right? Rock Your Hips, Stanky Leg, Laffy Taffy, and then I'll like slide that joint in, and then the women will like hit at it, and then I'll go to something else like a Soulja Boy, and then I'll get out. That's in the top hour, but I agree with him. If I'm not sure about it, I drop it early. I don't like nobody opening for me either. I like doing the whole night so I can kind of gauge where my night is going. But yeah, I'll wrap it in early if I'm not confident in it.
Speaking of wrapping it early, we'll get to the crate in just a few seconds here. I know you're dying to see it, but two more things that need to go away. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Mumble rap. It just, low energy, monotonous hip hop is draining. We talked about that earlier with the low tempo, but mumble rap, monotone sets in particular. Future's got it going on. He's got an incredible mumble, but he's got an incredible not so monotone set. In other words, he can find dance floor hits with The Weeknd. He can bring in songs that have there's just some really, there's a time and place for it, but I really believe, back me up on this. Am I wrong? Mumble rap, it just,
I think, what we were talking about earlier with the female rappers, I think the female rappers had a lot to do with the decline of mumble rap, because these females are not mumbling. They're speaking clear. You could understand what they're saying. You know what I mean? So after listening to like a Megan or a Glorilla or Lotto, you know what I mean? Then you go back to listening to someone like Lil Baby, who, once again, not a bad artist, but you can't even understand what he's saying. Or like Never Broke Again, that dude, right? Like you can't even make out what some of these guys are saying, but then you listen to the ladies, you can understand every word. The cadences are strong. I can copy a lot of their raps with my scratch patterns. Like they're actually rapping, you know what I mean? And so now the dudes that are mumbling sound weak in comparison, in my opinion. So yeah.
Trying to read Ten's body language. He's like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, yeah.
I don't play it, bro. I don't play it. I get away from it. I stay. If I don't have to play it, I won't.
It's like, music to pump your. You got to ride in a car to it. It honestly is. It's road tunes. It's hookah music. If anything, it's lounge music. It's not dance floor music at this moment.
Don't play it.
Yeah. Last part. Number 5 are the things that just need to go away, and this is going to be. We need to rally around this. Old school DJing without modern tech. Now, I say this in a different way. There are some very unique cases for old school tech being used without modern tech. I've seen a lot of reels. I've seen a lot of TikTok people where literally they'll use a cassette, or they'll use vinyl, or they'll use unique things that are intended to get views. Don't get that conflicted with what people need today. They need fast delivery. They need instant requests. They need streaming. Sometimes they need streaming, but I think we need to get through to some people that the old school ways are here to stay, but the philosophy of not using new stuff needs to go away. DJ Ragoza.
One thing I'll say, yeah, of course, we need to embrace new technology. On this topic, though, for whomever this may concern, for the love of God, please, in 2025, turn on that damn pitch lock. For the love of God, please, at least do that. All right, at least do that, because there are still DJs out here in 2025 DJing without pitch lock on. And Desiree, when we're out and we hear that, Desiree will notice it. She'll be like, "Why is this DJ playing songs that are tuned differently?" Because she's a musician, she can hear this stuff with her ears. And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then we go up there. Sure enough, he doesn't have his pitch lock on. Of course, back in the days with vinyl, we couldn't have pitch lock, and that was part of DJing. And it was a dope characteristic at the time, but now 20 years later, it sounds outdated. Turn that damn pitch lock on, please.
DJ 10, you know, clinging to outdated techniques, full song playthroughs, ignoring AI tools. I feel it limits creativity and crowd engagement. Old school DJing without modern tech. What do you think?
Outside of what Ragosa said, I am 100% for the modern technical advances we have. But being creative, what I don't like is the DJs that only do echo out every song, or they only do stem every song, or they only do drop every song. Like, they don't have no creativity, no, fluid. Like, I might echo this one out, I might drop it, I might scratch in the next one. Like, the creativity is lost there with the new technology to me. And I want to tie that in. So I'm glad that the prices are going up on DJ equipment, because it's letting us know who the real DJs are. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I just want to throw out there. I noticed, because I was paying attention at NAMM, and I saw stuff is skyrocketing in price, and I'm happy for that, because you just can't go to Best Buy and become a DJ tomorrow now. And be valid. So the DJs that only do, like, now that stems came out, I've literally sat in sets and watched DJs, and they stem every song. And it's like, dude, can you do something else? Give me some other type of creativity in your transition. Or they just blend now. You got some that are scared where they only just blend from song to song. Dude, come on, that's the wedding singer. Let's get new here. But that's it. Like, get some creativity in your game. Like, that's what blows me. You got
We're hanging out with the dangerous DJs, y'all. This is the dangerous DJ crew. Put a 1 in the chat for DJ Ragosa and DJ 10. This is fun. Will you stick with me for the crate build? We've still got a little bit of time.
Oh,
what's up, DJ Spy? Perfect attendance as always. DJ Spy, I'd shout you out. Morris, how are you? Sick Miller. John Reyes, thank you for being here. Anybody else watching this on the YouTube replay? We appreciate it. We're getting close to 9,000 subscribers. You know what comes after 9,000 subscribers, right? 10. And if I can get to 10,000, I'll have a special treat for everybody. So I'll be a little less loud now. But when I get a little closer to 10,000, you're going to hear me get really loud. I'm going to ask everybody. I'm going to ask your grandma. I'm going to ask your, hey, is anybody subscribing right now to Crate Hackers on YouTube? Anybody right now on this call? Anybody? Anybody not? Please. I'm not going to be loud right now. I'll whisper. It's a little ASMR for you. How about this? ASMR. Go to Crate Hackers on YouTube and subscribe. But then I'll get really loud when we get a little closer to 10,000. Let's start hacking, y'all. We're going to do a little hip hop and R&B action. We'll have this crate for you. Give me through tomorrow night. I'll have a dope crate for you. But in the meantime, we're going to start hacking with the brand new Crate Hackers desktop app. And if you don't mind, go to Hip Hop Current, and then we're going to go to R&B Current. This is under the Crate Hackers X app. We do have a link to that. I believe we could do that. Here, let's do this. Did you know, by the way, there is a new Crate Hackers website? If you go to x.cratehackers.com, I'm going to go ahead and ask Radio to go to that link for us. Radio, copy and paste x.cratehackers.com. And while you're at it, paste in the hip hop current and the R&B current. And you can all follow along with us. And you'll see that this is the web-based version, but I'm gonna snap back to this real quick. This way I can have a little bit more flexibility and pull songs out. This is the brand new Crate Hackers app. And I gotta give a shout out to our developers who worked very long over this cold winter to make a much more flexible UI for all of us. This is, oh my gosh, almost 18 months in the making. And I feel so proud of how this vision has come across. So much more flexibility. And the user interface has gone through a dramatic overhaul. I want to encourage you all to check it out, start hacking, start building your crates. What I'm going to personally do is go and let I'll let DJ 10 pick it off. Let's go ahead and let you pick which crate you'd like to hack first. Would you like Hip Hop Current? Would you like Hip Hop Gold? R&B Dance Party? Hip Hop Dance Party? R&B Gold? Or Cocktail R&B?
Let's do R&B Gold.
All right.
Well, you know what? No. Take that back. What's cocktail R&B? Is that?
Ooh, okay.
It's different.
Let's pop it up. 33 songs on this. This is published back in December, I believe, by, I want to say this was either Randy Bennett or Manny. Somebody put this together. Shout it out in the, I know my name's on it, but that's not the case. All right. Per usual, I'm just going to go ahead and slowly scroll down. We'll talk about some of the songs that may pop up in our head that we're thinking about adding. This by no means is a complete crate. These are just simply the most trending songs you can find on TikTok, Spotify, and Apple Music. Let me see if you can hear this. I'm going to do a sound check. I don't want to blow your ears out, but this would be a song from the internet, brand new, number 4 on the charts. It's called Hold On. I believe give it an 11. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but that's the way it works. From here on out, what we're going to do is ask you all to stick with us. And I will be right back for the Zoom audience. I need to end my broadcast on YouTube. For copyright reasons, unfortunately, we can't hack crates live. So don't go anywhere, y'all. We're going to hack crates with the ones and zeros game. I'm going to stop my live stream on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.